Well, it's only Claire Hamilton.
And Sarah Cox.
Hi there. Hi, Squeaky. That was cute. She's ever so squeaky. It's because you've got that big white shirt on. You look very cool.
I know, I look like a... Oh, God.
You do look like one of the Musketeers.
I do, don't I? It's a Musketeer shirt.
Are you going to rescue me and put me over the back of your horse and gallop off into the sunset? I'll be your fair maiden.
You'd probably fall off and then I'd laugh and then we'd wee a bit. But yeah, we can do all that.
Now, welcome along to your turn. This is the episode of Teen Commandments where we go through your brilliant stories on email. Keep them coming in. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. Oh, you've had a lovely couple of days. Obviously, our main episode comes out on a Monday. How have you been since then? Hope you're okay. Let's crack off first then. Do we crack off or crack on?
Don't start with them things because I get them all wrong.
Curling them out, knocking them out. Let's crack off with Emma. Hi, Emma. Emma's a newbie.
Ooh.
I realise I'm extremely late to this party, but that's fine. Come on in.
Yes.
Everybody's already leathered. You'll have to catch up. But I've just returned from a fortnight's holiday where I binged the whole series so far. Those questions of, is it just us when talking about our teens have now been answered.
Oh.
And we now feel part of a tribe. Yes, Emma. Here we go. So she's got a couple of stories for us. Your prom episode really made us laugh. Our girls' prom didn't exactly go without a hitch. Now, we were warned not to make a fuss, but we were there at the venue along with all the other parents for the teens' arrival. I've not really done the prom thing, so do all the parents go to see the teens arrive?
They're all lined up ready to take the photos of their teens getting out of the car that they've spent a fortune on and they want to see this wonderful outfit that they've bankrupted themselves for stepping into the prom.
Okay, nice. So while wanting to get some great photos, yeah, you're right, Emma says, my wife, Zoe, or as I say, my wife, Zoe, decided to climb up a bank to get the perfect shot. Oh. As gay parents to teens, we tried our best to blend into the background a little and not bring attention to ourselves for their sake.
Okay.
I was faced away from the bank, says Emma, and just saw a large group of parents, mouths gaping, looking completely aghast. I turned round to see what they were looking at, and I watched my wife, Zoe, tumble down the bank. The best bit, her top having ridden up almost around her neck. She got a knocks out at this point. And the large camera clonking on her head repeatedly as she rolled. That's incredible. I love that Emma's like, what's everyone looking at? And yeah, it's her wife doing like a stunt woman. Big dramatic roll, tops up, tits out, I think.
Trying to just blend in the background.
Definitely bra on show and getting repeatedly concussed by the camera as she rolls down. That is incredible. For her next birthday, Zoe got a card from the girls and it was titled, Happy Birthday, you attention-seeking whore. That's brutal. Poor Zoe. Another story for you. When the girls were around 14, a letter came home from school asking if any families were happy to host some Canadian students who were on a rugby tour. Our girls were keen. Bet they were. Want some rugby boys? Yes, please. From Canada. So we agreed and we had two 15-year-old boys for 3 nights.
Wow.
Now, we live in quite a working class area of South Wales. And these boys were from an extremely prestigious boarding school on a Canadian lake. Oh, God. So what could go wrong, says Emma. So they all wanted to go out to our local beach for a gathering. Our girls had not been allowed to do this previously, but we just thought it sounded like fun for them all, so why not? Nothing quite prepared us for the scene when we collected them at 10 p.m. The girls were hysterical. One of the boys was missing in the dunes. Great. And the other was so drunk, having downed a bottle of vodka, that he couldn't lift his head.
Oh, my God.
It was at that point that we realised we had no emergency contact numbers out of school hours. I mean, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be letting anybody know about this. I wouldn't be ringing the school. I'd be like, okay, head torches on. We've got to find the missing boy in the dunes. Thankfully, though, the boy was found and we got them both back safely to our house and we had to stay up while they vomited through the night. And this is an extraordinary punchline. Weeks later, we found out that one of the boys was the son of Pamela Anderson.
Wow. Shock horror.
Incredible and ironic
Brilliant.
that one of them got lost in the dunes
Yes.
because should have been quite good at running in slow motion along a beach. Like Pamela did back in the day. Big up Pamela, by the way, absolute badass, not
amazing.
caking herself in makeup.
Yeah,
Also, for a moment, Liam Neeson and her, that romance that's happening, that's just my favourite thing
Is
that's
that
happening in the
actually
world.
happening?
I hope so. A couple of cynical people are like, really? They've got a movie to promote, but I'm fully invested.
You're really invested.
So happy
I'm
for
half
them.
invested because I fancy him a bit.
He's lovely. I interviewed him a few years ago.
Yeah.
Something
Was it?
about him, babe.
Really?
Something about him. And
did
Pamela
he
Pammy
say
knows
any of
what
his-
that is
Yeah.
now. Emma says, your pod made me remember so many things about our teen years because we survived the teenage years of twin girls who are now 26 and we are now in the midst of teen years again with 17-year-old boys. So two,
Crikey,
that is
two of
bold.
each.
Two of each and two lots of teens.
Wow.
So not to be outdone, we've had the story about the girls. Now we've got a story about the twin boys.
Okay.
We wouldn't allow our teenage boys to have a house party last year, so we just had a feeling it wasn't going to end well. Their friend, aged 15, had been left home alone with his 16-year-old brother, and they decided to have a... Their friend, who was 15, had been left alone with his 16-year-old brother, and they decided to have a party which everyone was invited to. When their friend was asleep, having drunk too much, a group of boys went into the mother's bedroom and raided her special drawer.
No. The boys did.
Yeah, that is really naughty. That is bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd hate that, would you?
Yeah, I'd be so embarrassed and fuming. So the boy's fast asleep whose party it is. All his mates pile into his mum's room. And then the story continues. With her dildo, they were slapping his sleeping face whilst videoing it and sharing it on Snapchat. Oh my God.
I mean, this kid's going to blame you as a parent.
Me?
Not
Oh.
you.
What?
For once, it's not your collection.
Phew. So, yeah, you're right. It's going to be like, Mum, why did you have... This
Yeah.
wouldn't have happened. It's like, the real thing is, this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't have had a party, got too
Exactly,
drunk and
but
fallen
that's-
asleep.
yeah.
But it's going to be like, no, it happened because you had dildos. Yeah, you're right. The mum would definitely get the blame because Emma even goes on to say, we reassured our boys about what was in their drawer, basically. That if ever their friends raided our bedside drawers, they would be bitterly disappointed to find some lavender pillow spray, some books and Gaviscon tablets. Yeah, sure, Emma. Where are they, Emma? Yeah, Emma. Emma, we love you. Thank you. Excellent story. I think you must have more in the bank as well, Emma.
Definitely.
Those two are absolute crackers.
We're scratching the surface.
I think so. Keep sharing, Emma. Hello at teencommandments.co.uk. Now, this story is astonishing. It comes from, let's call her the letter L, because it's quite the story. I wanted to share a tale about my son, who was around 13, and going through a particular typical teenage phase where he was basically just being a total shit.
Really?
Can't imagine
Don't
that.
know what you're talking about.
Not only that, but he hated me. This is hard, Al. So, he'd got friends with a couple of girls at school, and this seemed to sort of change him a little bit. He's friends with girls, yeah. He's got a bit of independence.
Okay.
This one day, he got home from school and basically grunted and said he was going back out. I asked him where he was going, and he just had a go at me and told me not to get involved with his business. So I said, oh, just do what you want. Probably not the right thing to say, but I was at the end of my tether. I think he got away there lightly, Elle. I mean, I think you were quite...
If I'm at the end of my tether, I'll say a little bit more than that.
That sounded pretty good there, Elle. The evening unfolded and I was texting him, telling him to come home. And he said he was staying at his friend's. I said, no, absolutely not. You come home now. About 30 minutes later, I'm in the kitchen. There's a knock at the door and the police are on my doorstep. Of course, I was frantic thinking something terrible had happened to my son. But no, my son had decided to lie and tell his friend's mum that I always lock him in his bedroom and that I am an alcoholic.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is stressing me out on your behalf, Elle. She says, I mean, I do like a drink, but I'm not that bad. The mum he told this to called the police, because she believed him and thought she was doing the right thing for safeguarding. Now, you kind of get that other mum's point of view, and I think Elle does as well. Like, if he did such a convincing story saying she locks me in my room, she drinks all the time, what are you going to do as the other mum? Because it feels wrong to then ring up the mum and go, is this true? Because if it is true, then he's going to be in even more trouble.
And she's going to deny it.
Yeah.
But then these kids do exaggerate.
Oh my God. So I was completely mortified, says Elle, and I told the police that it's a complete lie. They came in, they had a good look round and said, yeah, we don't believe your son's being neglected at all. And they asked me to ring my son. I called him, he answered. I told him the police were there. He was totally mortified and he started crying, saying he was sorry.
Oh my God.
I spent 2 days crying myself. I couldn't look at him. I was completely devastated that he could say those things about me to someone he didn't know and didn't know the severity of telling such terrible lies. He was grounded with no phone and he definitely learned his lesson. Safe to say he never told a lie like that again. And this is where we lift it up a little bit at the end. And 4 years on, we get on better than we ever have. Yay! Oh my God, Elle. What a trauma. What a night. What a horrible couple of weeks.
Oh my
the
God.
post-mortem on a night like that, going over the lies, the feelings of being betrayed, where he said to another mum that he was being neglected.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes kids... Do you think sometimes kids paint a different picture of what their home life is like?
100%. I think my daughter's done this. She's gone round to her friends and I am the wicked witch, and she's got, I hate her. I remember doing it. I hate my mum. I hate my dad and stuff. And you really do paint that picture. But
well, you might vent and rant to your mates, but to tell the parents...
That's locking in the room.
But
the alcoholic one, I think that, can be definitely the opinion of a load of kids when they see the parents having a glass of wine or two.
Yeah.
But locking in the
on
room.
A Monday morning. So judgmental, aren't they?
No.
Because when you had that to do with your daughter, and she went off, we did say at the time, didn't we?
Yeah, like I
we
can
were like,
imagine what she's saying.
Yeah, like I can't live with mum at the moment.
Yeah.
But the other mum
My
was like,
childhood's been horrific so far. Blah blah. Oh, by the way, I'm just getting an Uber Eats on her account.
Yeah, that was amazing. Where you knew she was safe, you knew where she was because you could track the McDonald's getting delivered. Elle, thank you so much for that story.
Bless.
I mean, at this point, I'd say if you've got a similar story, if this rings any bells, let us know. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. But I don't know if there's going to be any as extreme as that.
Or maybe tell your kids that there's consequences to slagging them off.
Yes,
slagging you off.
make them listen to that bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if the police have ever been round on the back of something that your kids have said about you. I mean, that is so brutal. Was a happy ending. They get on brilliantly now, and it was a few years have passed. She's just got one wrinkle left to show for it, I imagine, and a couple of grey hairs. Thanks, Elle. We've had a very quick email in from somebody called Jo.
Okay.
She spotted a celebrity in her local co-op.
Oh.
Do you know where the co-op is?
I couldn't possibly think.
You lying cow. You sent me this email.
I've not slipped that in there.
You were like, let's do this one. Worsley Road. And, says Jo, it was Claire.
Yay! I wish you'd have said hello.
Always say hello to Claire.
Yeah.
She's so, honestly, she's not tired and what's the word? She's not always say hello to Claire. Unlike me, she's not weary with being a megastar yet.
I'm embracing every little second that I'm getting.
I was on my usual tea time walk and I'd popped into the co-op. Funny thing is, I was listening to the latest episode of your pod as Claire walked past.
Amazing, that's
this
brilliant.
Is so good. I opened my mouth to say, hi, Claire, but nothing came out. I just stood there gawping. I love the pod, ladies. It's fantastic. I'm a full-time carer for my mum. Oof, that is tough.
Wow.
Big up the carers out there. And listening to your podcast and my nightly walks really cheers me up. Jo, thank you so much for that.
Yes, Jo.
Well, there you go, Claire. You've been spotted.
I know, it's exciting,
Sat wearing a baseball cap and big dark shades in Worsley Co-op. Jo, if you see her again, go and say hi. She bloody loves a fuss, quite right. Julie's been on. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
I've just discovered the podcast. I can't identify more with absolutely everything related to both me and my kids. I've just finished listening to the first pod. Oh, she's a real newbie. Hi. Oh, my God, Julie, brace yourselves.
Sorry in advance.
Yeah, sorry in advance. About Claire not being able to shut a bedroom door because of all the dildos.
That was
trying to think of a thing about me. I keep bringing up your dildos.
We talk a lot about your vagina.
And I just wanted to tell you about the moment my eldest became a teenager, that big moment. And it was actually on her 13th birthday. I knew she'd been having a go at shaving, and I wanted to try to be a cool mum. And I gave her a box full of everything shaving and waxing related on her actual birthday. Huge mistake, says Julie. She opened it, looked at all the stuff, glared at me, threw it behind the sofa, and didn't even look at me for the rest of the day. Oh no, on her birthday as well. Including, says Julie, totally ignoring me standing singing happy birthday with a massive cake. Oh no.
She's ignoring you.
13-year-olds can really keep hold of a grudge. They're just learning and they really pick it up quick, don't they?
Yeah, and it's heartbreaking, isn't it?
So I don't know, Julie, did you wrap up this box of razors, shaving gel,
she was dead excited.
waxing,
new era.
thinking you're a woman now?
Yeah.
And her daughter opened that box and thought, you're saying I'm hairy. You're saying I'm a little Sasquatch, a little hairy monster.
It's also none of your business, Mum. It's private. And
Yeah.
all of that
Oh
that
my
you
God.
get.
All of that. It's so hard when you're a parent and you just get it wrong. You just think something's going to be great, and they're absolutely fuming or upset with you.
It's the time I think they want to separate themselves from you, and you want to do it together and the next bit together, and they're like, no, it's not about you.
This is me. I've been secretly using your razor. Don't reference it.
Yeah.
And don't give me a big box of stuff on my birthday. Anyway, it's fine now in retrospect, Julie. I mean, you just thought you were doing something lovely, acknowledging that she was growing up. Julie, also, it's so brilliantly tragic, Julie. You will laugh about it one day. I hope you're laughing about it now. Stood there singing happy birthday with a massive cake with the candles burning down.
Just ignoring her.
Completely blanking her. She says, I went to bed that night and cried.
Oh, yeah. That's
Julie.
the thing you do, isn't it? Because it's just hard. Sorry.
Oh my God, Claire lost the will to live. We had a live losing of the will to live there, ladies and gentlemen, about parenting. Like we do say, it's not an advice pod, this.
Stormed off.
Claire just crumbled. She just slumped forward in her seat there, ladies and gentlemen. It was like, it's so hard. But look, at least you're not alone, guys. At least you're not alone. Tori said, just had to tell you as I listened to the Prom season podcast, I feel like we've got some new listeners who were starting at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
If you are new, really important, make sure you follow us so you never miss an episode.
Yeah.
And make sure you share these episodes. So just forward them on to your mates, put them on the school WhatsApp group. If you don't want the other parents to judge you. Put them on the school WhatsApp groups for the new term.
Play them on loudspeaker.
Yeah, what better way to introduce yourself to your kids' new class of parents than forwarding them on a podcast that largely centres around dildos. But send it on. And that's a huge help to us. Tori says, Sarah, you said the line of the century. You can put it in there, but I'm not joining in.
I remember you saying that.
I can't remember saying that on the pod.
You did.
Anyway, so I was laughing at that, says Tori, just as the husband was heading off to do some sheep judging. Nice, obviously from a farming community. He arrived home at lunchtime expecting daytime naughties. Hello. And the teenagers were both working, and we all know how much none of us women are up for that when there's washing with 4 minutes left on the clock and the rain is due.
Yeah.
So there's very much that, like, really? Now?
Yeah.
And then you never regret it. Sex is like a workout. After a workout, you're never like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that run, or I wish I hadn't done that 20 minutes in the gym, because you feel great.
I'm gonna really disagree with you there.
Well,
There's
after
lots of
sex and you've
I've regretted.
No, what in the moments after?
Not in the moment.
No, in the moments after, you've had an orgasm, hopefully.
Well.
And you're like, oh, that was great. It was good that they initiated that. Especially when you're in a long-term relationship, you're like, oh, really? I've got hairy legs. The dog's scratching at the door. That's not a euphemism. The dog is scratching at the door. You know what I mean? I've got a sweaty fringe. I've got loads to do. But then you have sex and you're like, that was really good, actually.
Nice.
I'm glad we did that. But what? Does your regret come in the days, months?
Hours.
Hours?
What was I thinking?
That's a different episode. We'll go there again. So anyway, back to Tori. There she is. She's like, oh, God, really? So Tori, bless her, despite having a lot on her plate, got involved with a little bit of afternoon delight. And she said it was going well until that line came into my head. And, well, let's just say I couldn't stop laughing. Poor husband. It's like, what? It was also National Orgasm Day yesterday.
What?
I know, I didn't know about this. And I missed it. And I missed celebrating it because I got the giggles so badly. Oh, Tori, you poor thing.
You've ruined National Orgasm Day now.
Tori says, what a great line. And the poor old shepherd did get his day made, despite my laughter. She says, I'll add my orgasm to the list of jobs he's got to do alongside putting up a new duck house. Tori, we bloody love you. You know what I love about Tori? There's no holds barred at all. She's fully gone into detail. Also telling her what's going through her mind while she's having sex with her husband. Tori, we love you. Do come back, please. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. Some excellent stories this week. Thank you so much. If you'd like to get in touch with us, hello@teencommandments.co.uk. We are back on Monday for our main episode. Hello to the OG crew who've been with us from the beginning. If you are a newbie, make sure you follow and you share these episodes. Send them to somebody that you love. And by the way, if somebody has sent you this episode, then they must love you very, very much. Very much. It must be very special and lovely. Right, Claire, as ever, an absolute pleasure because you're my bestie, you're my bestie. See you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye, we love you.
Bye.